Finally, some good news for the Calgary Flames as we have a major report. Calgary has been able to sign their number one defensive prospect, and it is very good news for Flames fans. A lot of people were worried that, oh no, maybe another American guy, especially an American defenseman, will not show much interest in playing here. Well, thank goodness, as a signing significantly has been made. Welcome to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here, you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe because 84% of the people watching are not subscribed. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors on the Flames, then join the fastest growing community of Flames fans on the internet. We'd love to welcome you into the Flames Digest family. But like I said, the main news today is that the top prospect has been signed. And, a lot of people are struggling with, maybe Calgary isn't the best destination to play at. Maybe a lot of people don't want to play here. They get traded here, and guess what? They want to be traded elsewhere. Well, if you look back to the Elias Lindholm trade to the Vancouver Canucks, the number one prospect brought back in that trade was Hunter Brzustewicz. And now, today, the Flames have signed him. So he is having an amazing season with the Kitchener Rangers in the OHL. He is leading all defensemen in points. Look at his stats, genuinely. Look them up. I'm not going to show them here. Give you guys a little bonus something to do after if you want to go look at his stats. But he is a ridiculously good offensive defenseman, something the Flames are somewhat lacking in their lineup. So the Flames have signed defenseman Hunter Brzustewicz to a 3-year entry-level deal with an AAV of $950K per season. My goodness, I wish I were making $950K per season. But either way, he is signed to his ELC with the Flames, and it'll be interesting to see if they do bring him into the lineup in the remaining few games of the season here. Obviously, they aren't going to want to burn one of the years off of his contract, but maybe he'll get a little bit of game time towards the end of the season, especially once the Flames are most likely no longer in the hunt for a playoff spot. Believe Brzustewicz indicated to Calgary early on he was eager to sign after his rights were acquired from Vancouver in January. Understandably sees lots of opportunity on Calgary's blue line. Couldn't officially sign until March 1st at the earliest. And that is obviously Pat Steinberg saying that after the Flames had signed him to the 3-year deal. Fantastic news that he sees potential within the organization, sees himself getting a spot, and I think it's very true. If he does crack the lineup, he could easily be the number one offensive defenseman. I know we have Weegar going crazy this year, 15 goals, and Rasmus Andersson can chip in offensively. We've seen Shillington do it as well. But Brzustewicz could be that guy of the future that could be the main offensive defenseman and then put him with a more stay-at-home guy. And the Flames, well, they're not lacking in the defenseman category right now in both roster players, AHL players, and genuine prospects as well. So the Calgary Flames have dressed 15 different defensemen during the 2023-24 campaign. The league-wide average is 10. I honestly didn't know that we've used that many. That's crazy, said MacKenzie Weegar, the only Flames rear guard to suit up for every game so far this season. There has been a lot of turnover and obviously a lot of new faces, but I think in a way you can get a spark from that because they're so excited to play, right? And it's funny, it's not the franchise record yet of most defensemen suited up in a season, but don't be surprised if by the end of the year, with all the players that the Flames have and have the potential to play, could break that record. So Weegar saying that he's the only one who's been here since the beginning. There's only a few Flames left that are actually started the season with the Flames. Andersson and Weegar and Dennis Gilbert is the other one. Obviously, Shillington was in the Flames organization but didn't start the year with the team. Zadorov has been traded away. Tanev has been traded away. Hanifin has been traded away. So now the Flames are up to 15, and it is ridiculous because Brzustewicz could be another one that has the potential to play this year. Now, obviously, he's likely to finish the season out in Kitchener, see how far they can go in the CHL playoffs, the OHL playoffs, first of all. But there's a potential that he could play towards the end of the season without burning off that first year of the ELC. And it's exciting. It's exciting to know that one of these good, skilled offensive defensemen, well, American defenseman, more importantly, wants to stay in Calgary. Adam Fox wanted nothing to do with this. He's gone on to win the Norris. Noah Hanifin wanted out. he got out, and he has a good chance to win the cup this year. So this is a good sign for Calgary as a hockey market, as a business place for players, and just an attractive place to be for some players. He sees the potential in the city, he sees the potential in the organization, and I do as well. So I am very excited for the Flames. Now let's get into tonight's crazy contest. And I say crazy contest because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. You know, you'd think it's just an ordinary Thursday game, but it's against the Vegas Golden Knights. It goes at 7 p.m. tonight at the Dome. Vegas obviously trying to get higher up in the standings. Want to grab one of those Pacific spots and get some home ice for the playoffs. Calgary kind of fighting to stay alive right now. They have been super, super cold lately, but that game will be tonight, and hopefully the Flames do a little better than they did against Colorado on Tuesday. But this is one of the main reasons why it's a crazy contest. Noah Hanifin, here he is in the Vegas Golden Knights uniform. I don't know, something about that doesn't look right. I know there's a tiny bit of red on their uniform, but I feel like Hanifin just belongs in a red uniform, whether it was Carolina or Calgary. And the number changed to number 15. I love the number 15, but for some reason it just doesn't suit him for me. But either way, it is his return to the Saddle Dome. There will be cheers, there will be boos. I think he's going to expect both. I'm kind of, from what I've gauged of the Flames fans online so far, is that I think for the most part he will get cheered, especially if there is a video tribute, which you can expect. They give a video tribute to anyone these days. But Hanifin obviously gave his all here for many years, ever since he got traded here from Carolina, and I think there will be a lot of cheers. Now, throughout the game, there might be boos, and that is completely valid. I totally understand it. Anytime, you know, a player does something to a team that the fans don't like, chances are he's going to get booed. But either way, I think he'll get cheered. I think he'll get booed. And no matter what, I think it should be exciting for him to come back. He doesn't have social media at all, so he didn't really come out and say, you know, thank you to all the fans, and had a big post or a big tweet with a big long letter thanking the fans, thanking the city or anything. So it'll be interesting to see his reaction to coming back to Calgary and, you know, kind of his reception to what the fans give him. So that is one of the main stories. Another one, the lines. This was the morning skate versus Vegas, and the Flames actually also tweeted the exact same line combos of the projected lineup for tonight. So still no Kuzmenko, still no Zary. But I don't know. It's an interesting lineup here. So Huberdeau, Kadri, Pospisil. That's a great one. Lots of grit and skill. Mangiapane, Backlund, Coleman. Monge is back in the lineup after he was ill the other night. Hunt, Sharangovich, Coronado. A very interesting line. And then Peltz, Rooney, and Dewar. With the defensemen being Shillington and Anderson. Weegar with Miramanov. Ahotchuk, and Pahal. I'm trying to get good at pronouncing that one. I'm so bad at it. I apologize, Nikita. Nikita Ahotchuk is going with Pahal. Another thing I kind of noticed is that Pahal is almost another part to this Noah Hanifin trade, because Vegas had to make room for Hanifin, obviously, and Pahal was the guy who went on waivers and the Flames picked him up. So in a way, he's almost another accessory to the trade. But the final thing that's very important for tonight's game, talked about it in the last video uploaded on the channel, but Dustin Wolf will be the starter tonight versus Vegas. Dan Vladar has struggled lately. In his 2 games where he suited up against Carolina and Colorado, the Flames gave up a boatload of goals. On their 3-game losing streak right now, they have given up 18 goals. Obviously, the Flames are missing Tanev and Hanifin extremely. The penalty kill has looked worse, and the Flames are giving up a lot of goals. So Wolf, he gets a good opportunity here tonight. He doesn't have the best 6 D-men playing in front of him. I believe in them for sure. I think they could be great. But Wolf, I think if he really wants to show he belongs in the NHL and is ready, he will need to stand on his head tonight. And it'll be a tough contest against Vegas. Vegas, you know, they have Eichel back. Marchessault is playing ridiculous right now. So Wolf, great test for him. Hopefully he can show just how good he can be, because he has struggled in the NHL so far this year, and in the other games he has suited up for the Flames in the past. He's been struggling a little bit with the Wranglers too. I mean, I say struggling, it's just a bit of a losing streak, but he's not playing too bad. So this is a great opportunity for Wolfie, and hopefully he can show what he can really do tonight between the pipes. Last thing, trust the process. I know, it's what a lot of losing teams say when it comes to their plans for the future. But Ryan Huska, you know, when he came in, took over for Daryl Sutter, he wasn't exactly given the best lineup, and the Flames struggled from the gate. Same with Craig Conroy, his rookie season, after he inherited this organization from Brad Treliving, was given, a lot of work to do, and he's done his part. Ryan Huska has now spoken out a bit, so here's a full quote from Huska. This is from yesterday morning now, but your results will never be there if your process isn't there. If you look to results, you're in the wrong business right now. We are gauged as coaches on wins and losses, and that's what it comes down to. But if you focus your team on wins and losses, then you're in for a long year or couple of years. It's always about process and always will be. I think when Huska came in, he kind of knew he didn't have any stars anymore, as Daryl Sutter said. There's no stars on this team. But Gaudreau had left. Tkachuk had left. Lindholm was most likely on the way out. Tkachuk had left. I think I just said that. I'm losing it. But either way, he knew he didn't have the strongest lineup anymore and knew that he was going to be losing some players. And you have to trust the process. I know that's been said in sports for a long time. You really think of the Philadelphia 76ers a couple of years ago. I really am losing it at this point. I need another coffee. But trust the process. Ryan Huska, he believes in these guys. You just have to build them up, get them experience, and gel, get the chemistry going, and they could be good. I think that's his way of saying there's no way we're making a push for the playoffs this year. Look what has happened to us in the last 3 games. But he knows he's got something here. The prospects are looking pretty good. Just needs to get the right chemistry and get players going. I mean, Kuzmenko seems to play a couple games and then miss a couple games. Really need him in the lineup and find some good line mates for him in order for the Flames to be a successful team for the next season. And who knows? The Flames could make a signing or two in the offseason. They might make a trade. Apparently, New Jersey is all in on Markstrom and Saros. So there's still that window is open. But either way, we'll trust Ryan Huska and we'll trust Craig Conroy to do what is right for this franchise. I think Flames fans can be at a satisfied point right now where they've kind of accepted, the cup ain't coming home this year, and maybe not in the next year or two, but just trust that process. Flames fans have been doing it for a long time, but I think there really are the right building blocks here in Calgary, especially now with this huge signing of Hunter Brzustewicz signing his ELC with the Flames. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and enjoy the game tonight. Go Flames, go.